why I claim Prime Videos, because they keep pumping out these very unique concepts, and most of the time they work. But does it work this time? Well, let's talk about it. What's going on, buddy? Welcome back to a brand new movie review. Today I'm going to be discussing Bliss. This stars the likes again of Selma Hayek and Owen Wilson, and it's directed and written by Mike Cahill, and it's a mind-bending love story following Craig, who after recently being divorced, then fired, meets a mysterious woman, Isabella, living on the streets and convinced that the polluted, broken world around them is a computer simulation. That idea, that concept is awesome. And I really like these Matrix type stories, and again, this seemed to be something of that nature, but maybe even taking in a new perspective, a new type of style to it. And having the cast of Owen Wilson and Selma Hayek makes for a very interesting pairing nonetheless. But the thing that I must go about in saying this film is it's unique. That's definitely something I could say about it. Of course, if you guys are new here though, and you guys just love talking movies, then make sure to hit that like and subscribe button, because I love talking movies here too, and I want to make sure to just keep talking movies with you guys down below in the comment section. So leave a comment down below and let me know your guys' thoughts. Are you guys excited for Bliss? Have you already seen it? Let's talk about it down there. Getting my pros out of the way, the major thing that I gotta talk about with this film is the idea and concept of it all. I think this is a brilliant idea, and the dynamics and the kind of locations that they go to are brilliantly filmed, and again, the cinematography and the filters they kind of go about and playing around with this idea are really smart. With those ideas, I was actually quite surprised to see how in-depth they kind of actually went with certain concepts of it all, and again, how much mind-bending it actually is. When they say mind-bending love story, they mean that. Actually, the messages and themes about our world and the polluted society, and in general, without getting into spoilers, the messages and themes that they really much go about inside this film are actually really timely to today, and a lot of people going about, whether you're facing maybe depression or maybe just facing a rut in your life where you just don't know where to go. This is kind of a movie that tackles those themes and in general maybe opens your eyes to a different dynamic. Even in general, the performances though are excellent. Owen Wilson, I love seeing him in different type of roles other than just comedies, and he plays it superbly in here. And Selma Hayek, I mean, she can literally do anything she wants and she'll still be great in the film. We're segueing more into my cons for Bliss, because I don't think Bliss works overall. I think it is a little bit of a meandering and slow-paced film that, as it starts to give you answers, sometimes over-explains itself to the point of actually just confusing me even more. It actually just felt very convoluted in a lot of the different ideas. I would have rather this film maybe left up a couple different things to interpretation, especially towards the ending of the movie. I think it does certain layers of that, but again, it just felt like it was a twist and a turn here, a twist and a turn here, and another twist and a turn here, and more exposition here, and more exposition here, which again just dragged down the pacing considerably for me, making me sit there kind of dozing off. Which sucks, because I was excited for this film, and I think some people will really much like that exposition. Some people really much like the convoluted nature of it all. But for me, it was hard for me to get invested fully in this movie due to all those elements going about. I think the first act is actually excellent, but as it starts to drift into the second, and especially the third, it started losing my interest, and again, kind of started to sour me on the entire theme. Bliss is still very unique, and unique's not a bad thing. I think some people will go into this and get absolutely something so awesome out of this and very much come out of here going, that was the most unique thing I've ever seen in my life. And there will be people who come in here and be like, I've seen this before, or in general, it's too convoluted and too confusing. I still feel that way even after sitting on this film for a couple days. And I went into this review not really knowing how to review it, because there's a lot in this film I can't talk about because of spoilers. You know, it's a tough film to talk about. But the things that I did take away from this film, again, were the performances, was the ideas, and some of the messages and themes within here. I wish it wasn't as confusing and convoluted as it happened to be, and I wish it didn't drag down the film considerably within its pacing and meandering style. There is some great stuff in here, and I'm excited to see what Mike does next, because I think his directing and writing is very unique in the style that he captures it all. But I don't think this film works fully for me. But with all that said, I will say, if you're interested in the idea, give it a try. It's coming to Prime Video on February 5th, so maybe it'll work out for you. Of course, with all that said, I'm going to give Bliss a C-. Thank you guys again so much for clicking on this, because they're seriously all the best. I really want to hear your guys' thoughts on this film. If you gave it a shot, what were your thoughts on it? Did you like it? Did you love it? Do you feel the same way that I did? Let's talk about it down below in the comment section. As well as head on over to Sam's Run Films on how to see films early. And of course, it's a big thank you to you and a big thank you to my Patreon supporters, because without you, I wouldn't be able to do this. Thank you guys again, and of course, until next time, stay classy.